Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information right here. What's up guys? So today I'm actually going to do something that I have been kind of procrastinating for a bit, and that is rank up a champion. Now I did form a couple of tier 5 class catalysts about a week ago or so, and yeah, I just kind of didn't get around to taking those champions up. So today we're going to start off with Black Widow Clairvoyant, which is largely agreed to be the second best Mystic champion in the game, and I have been fortunate enough to dupe her naturally, so she is Sig 20, even though she does not really need her Sig ability at all whatsoever as far as I am concerned. But there we go, Black Widow Clairvoyant. We got everything that we need, and actually today earlier on I got quite lucky from a daily crystal as well. I pulled a full tier 5 basic catalyst, so that was quite neat. But either way, let's press the button. There's no going back now. Now, yeah, Black Widow Clairvoyant is largely kind of like voted in the second best Mystic champion in the game. And the best thing about Black Widow Clairvoyant is because quite atypically from Mystic champion, she doesn't really rely on Mystic Dispersion too much. In addition to all of that, she is super suicide mastery friendly. Some say even dependent, and that is one of the kind of like bigger downfalls of the Mystic class as far as I'm concerned, is if you are often running suicide masteries, you don't have too many options that work excellent. You can still bring in the champions, but they typically all revolve around spamming a lot of special attacks, and you can only use them for like a fight or two. Now, Black Widow Clairvoyant is actually an absolute beast when it comes to playing with Suicide Masteries, because she can easily heal back all of the recall damage. She doesn't have to deal with poison or bleed debuffs, so on and so forth. So yeah, she really does benefit from having Suicide Masteries active. And in addition to all of that, she doesn't really rely on that Mystic Dispersion because she has her own generic increased power gain options. So in my mind, it kind of like works perfectly in tandem with my rank 3 Dr. Doom, who is, I think, pretty much unanimously agreed to be the best Mystic champion in the game. Because whenever I am running Suicide Masteries, I am not running Mystic Dispersion. Dr. Doom can deal without Mystic Dispersion, but obviously spamming special attacks is not ideal for him. And then in comes Black Widow Clairvoyant. Also, Black Widow Clairvoyant is an awesome Alliance Quest champion. Again, largely because of her heal and everything else she can do. And so, let's take a look at her now. Don't think I can sig her up as that, because she does have quite a high prestige, but I still haven't finished fully sigging out my Dr. Doom. So here we can see her abilities and stats and stuff like that, and to showcase her damage output, I will, well, first and foremost, I guess we kind of mandatorily have to jump in that Realm of Legends. I'm going to use her without any synergies. So I have no boost active, no synergies, relatively middle of the road, kind of like mild suicide setup. There's no max recall or maxed out glass cannon or anything like that. So first fight is pretty much kind of like a worst case scenario for her. It's an opponent that doesn't really have any buffs and immunities. So this is about as weak, I suppose you can say, as she will be hitting. And her hit counter is 100% gonna go up quite significantly because of that multi-hit level 2, which it does do most damage on her Incinerate curse. Now you can choose to play her on the poison curse as well, which would let you steal more power and drop more special attacks quicker. Or you can choose to play her on this Incinerate mode, where you just deal more damage. You basically deal extra damage on that level 2. One of the things that people don't really talk about is her level 1. Her level 1 can really pack a punch as well, and when it crits, it does crit quite substantially. So just for that, I'm actually going to try and in this fight drop a level 1 on Winter Soldier until we get a crit. How about that? And then we're gonna see what her damage output really is. So without a crit, it wasn't anything significant, it wasn't anything important, but when it does crit, it definitely crits quite highly. So again, let's go and crit. No crit so far. So just gonna have to build up to another one. It's really not making that case. So here we go. That was like 20k plus, I believe, which isn't bad. And now at some point, not yet, we're gonna drop another level 2 on Incinerate, and then I'm gonna try and see how much a single level 2 will heal me up afterwards. So definitely on like an average matchup, she isn't a bad champion by any means, but she doesn't have the highest damage output. In order to have access to high damage output, she needs an opponent that has buffs or immunities. Immunities are arguably even like more important. And that hit counter definitely looks worse than it actually is due to that level 2 spamming an absolute galore of the hits. But let's drop that level 2 and we can see that we healed back up quite highly. We were at, oh, whoopsie, got hit there. At 91% before the recoil. So I think, yeah, that is about it. Next fight, however, should go substantially quicker. And there is another kind of like quasi cheese method, quote unquote, that you can use with her, and that is when you spam your heavy attack if opponent is immune to corresponding debuff. So you can see that I immediately gain a whole chunk of power. I got a bit too risky there. Got hit a couple times. It's fine. Have 14 of those. Got 20. I'm gonna drop my level 3, and at this point level 3 will hit significantly harder than it normally would because I had 20 of those clairvoyant charges. And once that is done, I also have that death touch active where I need to bait out that, and with death touch active it enhances the potency of the level 2 buff. So in this case I should be able to whittle her down quite quickly. And I'm gonna transfer back to Poison Curse. And we do that to gain more power quicker again. You can do the same thing as I'm doing with finishing combos with mediums, but obviously heavy attacks is just quicker. So at this point, let's drop another level 3. I'm gonna activate the Death Touch. Then I'm gonna try and drop a couple of heavy attacks as quickly as I can. And that is a juicy level 3 damage. 53k, no worries. All good. So here we go. And we should have quite a decent amount of damage on this level 2 here. Fortunately, the Death Touch is about to expire, but yeah, if only that crit. Last few percent that we need to get rid of. Okay, so this fight did go significantly faster, only 82 hits, and obviously that includes those multi-hit level 2s. But now to have a real good amount of fun, I just need to remember which quest in Cavalier difficulty was the Mystic one. Could possibly be the second one. I think it was second one this time. Yes, Mystic Consumption. Perfect. Personal Space and Rage. Wonderful. Let's see what kind of shenanigans she can perform now. So I'm just going like on a random path more or less here. should be getting some prowesses here. And I'm gonna get smacked a bit, but that is perfectly fine. Because with all of this stuff happening, my special attacks just hit harder and harder. So it should be this should be pretty much end of it. I should have converted it all to Incinerate Curse to do more damage, but at this point it was more than enough. And yeah, where are the opponents that do have decent amount of buffs? I guess we're just gonna go down to the left side. Return policy, turtling. Yeah, I suppose why not. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Because that Mystic node obviously gives prowess to Mystic champions in this quest in particular. That enhances the special 2 damage, and her abilities are directly connected to her special 2 damage. So we're gonna heal up a bit first. And then I'm gonna go to the big damage mode. There are no prowesses though somehow active here yet. Try and tell me I'm not nullifying anything. But either way, good example of her healing abilities and all the other good stuff. Come on, big crit? No, never crits when I wanted to. Still, finishing these fights with like 96% is like one of the trademarks of Black Widow Clairvoyant, I'd say. Because yeah, she is a very, very sustainable champion to play, especially if you're running Suicide Masteries. Now, it does take some getting used to using her, because you need to kind of like get familiar in what curses you have, what rotations you are using, things like that. Okay, so this should be good now. So I'm on my power drain mode with some 6 promises. You can see that I'm getting back a substantial amount of power. And hitting harder and harder. And we're just power draining, and we're in kind of like a vicious loop pretty much. And that will be way overkill. And we can just heal up the next fight, or we could have healed up this fight. So she definitely is very versatile, very enjoyable champion. There are multitudes of ways how to play her, and overall I definitely do enjoy her. If I'm 100% honest though, playstyle wise, I kind of prefer Sorcerer Supreme, and if I can, I definitely want Sorcerer Supreme to be my next champion I rank up. So first let's heal up a bit here. Oopsie, I made her bleed. That is not a good thing. I forgot about not bleeding Elsa. It's okay though, the bleed will expire in a second. It's gonna give me a good way to showcase her healing ability. So let's go. Let's see how much health we are getting back here. That wasn't too bad. Immediately back in the game. Need to make sure I don't bleed her. And unfortunately, opponent ran out of health before I could drop my next level 2. Yeah, it definitely cost me to put that bleed on Elsa Bloodstone. But it's another very kind of like interesting and great thing for Black Widow Clairvoyant is that she has access, and very simple, quick access to poison, bleed, and incinerate debuffs. And with the many of the new nodes that we can see in the game, this is actually super helpful. And this is gonna help me. Just need to get back to my healing curse. And now we're gonna heal up a bit. Okay, so that should put us pretty much close to full health again. And I can go back into Poison Curse. And have more fun there. Power draining him and just gaining a ton of power. And that is all she wrote. Alright, I think that will about do for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, then hit that like button and all the other stuff. I'm not going to tell you anymore. But I am trying to push this channel to 30,000 subscribers. We're actually only 700 short. We have had a tremendous increase in subscribers in the last couple of days. So it would be great to keep up the momentum. And yeah, share the video with your friends and all that other good stuff. And I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya.